You are listening to Midlife Crisis, the #1 millennial podcast with
just the right amount of overthinking,
where two lifelong friends take on life, culture, sports, and the undefeated father time. If you are a weekly listener, or if this is your first time with us, welcome. I'm Adrian.
I'm Jeff.
And today we have... That's your cue.
Oh, Nico Blitz. What's up, y'all?
That's what I'm talking about.
How y'all doing?
I wish I had the DJ.
Yes, sir.
So today we're going to obviously interview Nico. For a little bit of context, I met Nico a long time ago through music. When I was doing music. Nico is a very, very talented and music savvy individual who is the on-air talent for 92.3.
Yes, sir. The cruise show, 2 to 7.
Yep. From the Bay Area.
Yay.
Do that again.
Yay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yay.
Love it. Yeah, just super honored to have you. Thank you for pulling up on us. I feel like you are someone that has great music taste, and obviously you've, done so much with your career. Obviously, aside from being on 92.3, you've done your own podcast. You've DJ'd for like large events. Like honestly, I can't even like fully describe it, and we're gonna get into it in the episode. But dude, thank you so much for being here, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, bro. I mean, just for more context too, like it was funny because when I first met Adrian, that's when I was still in college, and I was just starting up like my podcast back then, and I was like, man, like I'm trying to find like dope artists over here in LA, IE rather. And so what happened was like I found his music, and I was like, man, it sounds just so well polished. It's like the Mexican J. Cole, basically.
Yeah.
And from then I've like always religiously been a fan, and even still to this day. I was just telling Jeff, I had texted you back in November actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey bro, like what was that song that
I remember this.
what was that song? And it ended up being Mr. Dapper.
Yeah.
Which was my introduction to you, and I was like, all right, like this is some dope shit. And then
So
when
funny.
I'm the type of person to where like when I hear a song or I get like some sort of feeling, and I'm just like, yo, like I wonder what that song was. It takes me back to that time,
yeah.
right? It literally takes me back to my college days whenever I listen or even just like think about your music.
You're my dog, dude. Give me some.
Come on, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. Nico pulled up on me like when I was living at the Ontario house, let's say. I think you pulled up on me in Riverside too.
It was in Riverside.
Yeah, but
you had blue walls in the room and everything too, bro.
We got some history, dude. I said it before we started recording, but I'm just so proud of you, man. Obviously, I consider you someone that's like actually about your shit and doing it. You know your shit. You are like, I feel like in creative and just like entertainment and everything, there's like people, right, that always want to do the thing and they talk about it, but like a lot of people aren't. Like they don't have it, like the X factor. You definitely have it. I think I have it too. But
you have it.
Point being that like obviously you've had a successful career, and like you have. I consider you someone that has great taste in music, and you're tapped in, and just honored to have you here.
It's funny when you say like X factor, because like I don't think anybody really talks about like what the X factor really is. Right. And, like plain and simple, like I'm just like some dude from the Bay Area who likes music. Who figures out like, how do I make a DJ career like very like viable for myself? And realistically, when it goes back to like the X factor, it's really nothing more than just working hard and just doing it like day by day, night by night. Like there's really nothing else to it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to consider myself like someone who is like super special, talented, gifted type situation, because a lot of people were, a couple people were teaching me how to DJ. And when there wasn't even time for that, like I really just went on YouTube and I was figuring out like, how do I get better at this?
Yep.
And, like happy to say that I do this full time. Like I literally do not do anything else other than DJ.
Yeah, but I'll still give you the credit. I still think you're
man, thank you, bro.
Yeah. I think
you've earned it.
You've earned it.
The only reason I said that is because like, you're right. It is work, but point being that the majority of people will talk about the thing and not go after the thing. So the fact that you are the type of person to actually like genuinely go after it that's the difference.
Thank you.
All right, let's jump into this. All right. So obviously we kind of mentioned it, but like for full context, right? Like if we're being honest, like the majority of people that listen to our podcast, it's a lot of friends, people that we went to high school with, but there are some people that, you know, follow us online, whatever. So just give context on who you are, top line, like we mentioned 92.3, just give us the breakdown, like
full breakdown.
You know.
Yeah, no, for sure. So what's up, everybody? My name is Nico Blitz. I'm official DJ for the Cruise Show and Real 92.3. I'm on 2 to 7 over here in Los Angeles. You can listen on the iHeartRadio app. I'm not going to plug that all.
You can.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to plug that too much right now, but yeah. So I started DJing actually back in February of 2017. I'm from the Bay Area, and literally, like, even when I was a kid, I was just the type of person to just like download stuff off LimeWire, playing the CDs to the homies and whatnot. Here's $5 here, $5.
All over your
Nah,
computer.
man. But that's why people trusted me, because I wasn't giving them viruses or nothing.
Yep.
Here's just the music straight up. Not too many tags in the music, but that's from the side of the point. And, you know, like to this day, like I was saying, like I'm happy to say that I DJ full time. I do everything between like weddings, which I was telling Jeff earlier is really my bread and butter.
Yep.
And then everything between like radio DJing, club DJing, and just like anywhere between like private events and like festivals and like for big companies, right? So I've DJed festivals over in like the Philippines, over here in the US, whether it be for like K-pop artists and whatnot. I still tour like and do stuff not only for myself, but I also like help out like other artists like whenever they need like help for their concerts and whatnot. And yeah, like I said, I literally just do this full time, man. So anything DJ related, it's just like all consuming with like my everyday life, and I just run it like a business. I mean, it is a business.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, right.
I mean,
Okay. There's obviously a lot of people that DJ out in the world.
yeah.
You are someone that's like that I would consider like an actual fucking real DJ.
Thank you, bro.
Like you know how to carry the crowd. I was playing one of your mixes last night. Okay, I have a follow-up question. Thank you for the context, by the way, and like setting the foundation. So with your journey, all right, like how old are you?
I'm about to be 33 in March.
Okay, all right. Okay, give us something to start that it can be a project, something that you've done recently that you're just like, fuck yeah, I'm proud of that shit. Give us something.
Project that I'm proud of starting. Let me see.
It could be a project, event, something you did that you're just like,
you know, something that me and my homies are doing right now. So I'll give you some context actually. So back in 2022, 2023, it's like smack in the middle of the pandemic, right? And so at the time, in 2023, I was like co-managing a club, one over here in K-Town in LA and one over in San Francisco at the time. So in San Francisco, you know, the idea that I was getting from like my boss at the time was like, hey, like, you know, we basically need people to come in here. So I'm talking to my homies and we're thinking about like, you know, all the cool things that we enjoy. And, you know, one thing was really Pokemon. We all just love and enjoy Pokemon. So at that time I was talking to my homie and I was just like, hey, like, you know, why don't we just do like a Pokemon rave?
which is so fucking fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we do a Pokemon rave, right? And then he was like, you know what? Like, I'm down for it. Let's just try it out. And what did that really consist of? It was, at the time, it was really like EDM, Pokemon remixes. And literally everybody came out in like Pokemon costumes. We had like Pikachu inflatables and everything. Mind you, I'm not really like the EDM type person. So I probably had I'll be honest, I had the most struggles when it came to like playing the music. So I'm like, hey, let me just open up and then let me just handle the rest of the event. And you guys handle DJing because this is your genre. They're like, cool, like let's just do it that way. Fast forward, we end up getting in a situation where we threw an event in Seattle and we actually got hit with a cease and desist. From Pokemon Company.
Really?
And Nintendo. Yeah, we got hit with a cease and desist. That was probably our 10th or like 11th party at the time.
Okay.
So, you know, it was a good run. It was a super good run and we all enjoyed it. But unfortunately, we pivoted and we turned it into Kawaii Rave. For anyone who is not Japanese, Kawaii just means like cute.
Okay.
So we pivoted from Pokemon to that, and we changed the whole thing to where it was like, okay, we're doing EDM, we're doing hyperpop, we're doing K-pop, we're doing J-pop, we're doing all of that just to kind of like fill in like a little bit of like that cuteness, right?
Yeah, the gap.
And honestly, it opened up the doors like for more opportunities because people still came, but people were dressing up in Pokemon outfits, not only Pokemon outfits,
like
but
even still,
Demon Slayer outfits. You know what I mean? Like Death Note outfit, like literally any anime you could think of, people were dressing up and coming to our raves now. And we're just like, you know what? This was the best thing that could have happened. Unfortunately, in 2024, we threw an event in Sacramento. It tanked. And next thing you know, come December of 2024, I'm looking at our bank statements and we're $10,000 in freaking debt.
From throwing the event.
So me and the boys, we're kind of like scrambling and we're just like, how the get out of this?
Yeah.
We threw a couple more parties, and after 3 parties in 2025, just 3 parties alone in 2025, knocked out our debt.
That's good.
Oh,
that's
nice.
solid. That's solid.
Yeah, solid, right? So now we're in a situation where, we got scouted by basically a company who is plugging us into like all these venues now. And, that happened in October or November of last year.
Okay, so pretty recent.
Pretty recent. And, no parties were like set or anything. Literally from December 30th of last year, so literally maybe a month ago,
right,
to now, we literally have 60 parties booked.
Oh, that's fire.
60 parties booked between then till like April.
These are all over the West Coast?
This is all over like the United States.
Oh.
Like I'm talking about, we have California down, we have some in Texas, we have some on the East Coast, we have the Midwest, like literally almost every single state you could think of, Florida. So we're all over the place, and we're in a situation where, it's still premature in the sense of like, we haven't had this much work brought onto us at one point. But we're also excited because we're just like, guys, like we have a gold mine right here. And really what we're doing right now is we're doing a K-pop Demon Hunters party.
He doesn't know shit about that.
That's the Netflix. I know that it's like the #1 movie from last year.
Number one, bro.
Look at him just trying to
number
describe.
one.
Isn't it going to like win an Oscar?
Dude, I mean, Grammy. So
doesn't even know.
At the time that we're filming right now, Grammys are actually tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they're going to win a shit ton of Grammys tonight.
You don't know what you're missing.
I need to watch. I heard it's awesome.
You know what I mean? So like we're in this unique situation where it's like, guys, like we have 60 parties like locked in for the rest of the year. I mean, literally just for Q1. And it's cool because it's a situation where I love K-pop. As like someone who loves music, I absolutely love K-pop. There are obviously like so much more K-pop lore and stans who know so much more about the lore, but I like what I like, right? And so whenever I do these K-pop events, I DJ K-pop parties or DJ for K-pop, like, up and coming like K-pop groups over here in LA. Oh man, the reception of like this genre, oh dude, it is completely different. It is almost more rewarding than
hip-hop
doing anything hip-hop oriented that I've done in my personal career, right? And it was funny because like, I mentioned earlier I DJ like festivals and whatnot. There was a festival here in LA back in 2023, and I got it through iHeart, but basically I DJ'd for this. The headliner was this K-pop group named 17. I literally had no clue who they were, right? And as I was DJing, I'm DJing on a pretty high freaking stage, and then I'm looking at people down. I'm just like, hey guys, I grab the mic. I'm like, hey guys, what do you guys want to hear? Literally, I'm seeing from their phones like, play this, play this, play this, play this. I didn't know any of this music, right? And the first song that stuck to me, it was this song called Anti-Fragile by Le Seraphim, a K-pop group.
Okay.
Oh, bro, it went fucking bananas.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to get hooked. I was like,
you were like, oh, this moves people.
I was like, this moves people. And like, they sing to everything. They dance to everything.
That's
and in hip hop, we play the songs quick.
Yeah.
We know.
Also, like in hip hop, at least like what it used to be, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
I get that.
You know what I mean? Like back in the, and granted, I was born in the 90s, so I wasn't around when like club records were getting played all the way through. But now for K-pop, you can play these records all the way through. And matter of fact, when I've done these parties, sometimes like these people look at me and they're just like, why'd you cut the song off so quickly? And I'm just like, oh, like that's honestly my mistake. Because whenever I do the hip hop clubs, the attention spans are so quick to where it's like sometimes it's just a hook,
intro, hook, verse, cut. Right.
Yeah, and cut. Especially when I do these 18 plus parties, bro, all they want is hooks, bro.
Yeah.
And so, the attention span's different, but it's like a different change of pace when I could do these K-pop things because I'm like, yo, like I genuinely see people enjoying the fuck out of the entirety of this.
Dude, you are giving us some gems right now. I love that you're like breaking this down.
Yeah.
So it's different, man. Like, when you DJ like certain parties, like the cadence of all of them is super different. Now, I was just talking about K-pop, but R&B is like my favorite genre of all time. And
why?
So why? Oh, bro, you can get sensual. You know what I mean? You can get sensual. It could be sexy, but it could also be sad. You talk about anything in R&B, right? And so it'll be funny because it's like, and this is zero shade, right? But when I see DJs who, cut out of certain records like super quick, I'm like, bro, like you could have just
played it, right?
Just let it breathe the whole fucking time.
Okay, this goes back to what I was saying though. Like, I know you're like you understand music. That's why I fuck with you, dude. Like, you actually have a taste for like the feeling and like how it should flow. So
yeah,
it's a talent. That's
Jeff, you teach high schoolers, right? And I think you said you might have worked with like 8th graders and below as well too. And so it's like even DJing for like that age range is like it's super interesting because just recently, actually this past Friday, the cruise show, we were DJing for this Dodgers event at some high school. I forgot which one it was, right? I think it was somewhere in Pico Rivera.
Okay.
And so I had asked these girls, I was like, hey, first of all, like, can I ask you a question? They're like, what, do you want us to follow you? I'm like, no, first off, I don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
Secondly,
8th graders, 7th graders?
No, these were like high schoolers, right? So I asked them, I'm like, hey, like as a DJ, I just want to know what music do you listen to right now?
Because you're doing research.
Because I'm doing research. And I also wanted to play what they wanted to hear. Can either of you guess what music was on their playlist? Just a shot in the dark. It could be anything.
I'll say Drake.
Two Hollis.
Okay. So literally on their playlist, bro, it was 2016. It was literally like Titanium. It was Katy Perry. It was We Found Love.
What a year.
Bro, it was like all that shit. And I was like, wow, like the way music just makes its way back.
Or skips back, yeah.
It skips back because we've had like a very, since the pandemic, it's not like we've had like hella freaking bangers that have been out, right? I mean, there's been like the Coles, there's been GNX, there's been stuff like that I just absolutely love, and these are bangers for me. But when we talk about like universally, like global scale, like this touches like, let me rephrase this really quick. This is able to touch the hearts of like, younger kids, high schoolers, grown adults.
Right.
There's only been a couple. And only one song I could really think of right now is Apata by Bruno Mars and Rose and the K-pop Demon Hunter shit because that shit touches everybody.
You know how many times I fucking played that? Because my son's like, Dad,
bro,
can we play that again? I'm like,
it's insane. Fuck. You know how many times I've been in the car and my fiance's niece wants to hear Rihanna, bro? When Rihanna did the Super Bowl, all she wanted to do was listen to Rihanna, dude. Yeah. Like this shit just came out. And to me, it's like, damn, like, timeless music is never going to get old and it's only going to make its way back bigger and better. Like, have you guys watched Saltburn?
No, but I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Okay, so Saltburn, it's a crazy movie. I'm not going to get super into it, but you need to watch it, bro. Both of you need to watch it. But, the top song on there was a song called Murder on the Dance Floor.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. But that song came out literally in the year 2000. Literally the year 2000 it came out.
So the fact that it's in the movie, which is a modern movie,
and it became poppin', it just got a whole new breath of fresh air, and it's more than likely the biggest song that artist will ever get.
It's also kind of like that Strangers thing.
Running up the hill.
Exactly.
Running up the hill. Yeah. But like, I mean, it goes back to Netflix and like the perfect pairing with like the movies and the shows, bro. Like, there's a perfect. It's weird because it's like I see all these like Instagram clips and whatnot about like sync. Do you know what sync is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like
music for like TV, film, etc.
Yeah. So literally, like anytime you like pop on like 2K or something, it's like all the music that populates like over there.
Okay.
Or like when you watch a movie, or we'll use Stranger Things as an example. So like like people will talk about like creating new music for sync and whatnot, but realistically, if you have the records, it doesn't matter if it's new or old, as long as it makes sense with whatever it is.
Connects, right?
Mm-hmm. As long as it connects. And if it connects, you will know it connects because that ends up becoming like one of the biggest songs in the freaking.
See, I think that you just have like a very mature perspective and taste level for music, whereas like the average person doesn't quite approach it from the same route, which is not a bad thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Point being that like, yes, I agree with you. Like it makes so much sense that there are records in, culture, whatever, that like come back because they were just that good.
Yeah.
Like if they pass the threshold of, it's like, it doesn't matter when this was made, it still connects. It touches on like certain level of humanity and people can like emotionally tie to it. And not just that, I think like generally speaking, right, like the average person, like everyone knows someone who's a rapper or a singer or whatever. So it's like you have these thoughts where it's like, yeah, exactly.
Pointed Adrian.
Exhibit A.
You have these thoughts where it's like, oh, okay, we got it. You make music. But like, point being that if you make fire music and your homies or whoever think it's fire, like, it's fire.
Like I think
like,
Mr. Dapper's fire.
Like it's like
I do too.
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Yeah.
Give me some.
He took that song down.
Point being that it's like there's a certain threshold, and if it makes people feel something or move, like that's the goal. Good take. Love it. I'm gonna ask a question that's specific to you though.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna move on to a different perspective, which is more about looking back on your life. Because, like, okay, to give context, our podcast is called Midlife Crisis. Which is like, obviously we're not literally in our midlife crisis. That's more like 10 years from now, let's say.
Yeah, this is like quarter life or something.
Exactly.
Or like third life.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm going through it right now, but maybe that's just...
Really?
Yeah, but
yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just think that with the Catherine O'Hare passing the other day.
Yeah. That was like Thursday. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that hit me.
I know that she was 71. So I was like, damn, like that's literally double our age right now.
Yeah.
Or almost.
It's tough. I mean, it's tough to like, it's tough to like kind of like battle with like when exactly like your midlife is, because like sometimes you might feel like you're in it, right? And then other times you might feel like, no, I feel great and I feel like I could live like 100 more years.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I think the main difference from your 20s to your 30s is once you hit your 30s, you hit this moment where you're just like, okay, I know that I'm still young, but
I also want to...
I got to get my shit together, got to get life together. Plus, if I doubled my age right now, I would be very, very close to death. And there's like this like self-awareness that comes with it. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, I never thought of it that way, but you are right.
You haven't thought about this?
No, I haven't.
This is literally what I think about all the time. I'm like, wow.
It's funny because it was my sister-in-law's birthday just like last night, right? And we got a little bit deep. We kind of scratched the surface with like how people are like in their 30s and whatnot. So for example, like my fiance Jackie, she is 27, 28, right?
Okay.
And she is fearing her 30s because it's creeping up. But I like to tell her, and I've told everyone, like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, like 30s have been the absolute like best time of my life, right? Because for one, I feel like when you're in your 20s, right? When you're 21, what do you want to do? You just want to drink,
go crazy.
You want to go fucking crazy, right? By the time you're 26, what you lose out on like your parents' health insurance, so then like you got to like end up you're on your own now, right?
You've been partying for 5 years.
You've been partying for 5 years, right? And then on top of that, because you've been partying for 5 years, it's not like you have any fucking money.
Yep.
Right? So then once 30 hit, it was kind of like this weird shift where like between 26 and 30, I was like, I really got to get my shit together right now. And you know, roughly that was also around the time where I met my fiance Jackie and started dating as well. And so once I hit 30, it was kind of this shift in my brain to where I was just like, you know what? Like for me, I know where I want to be and I know what I'm trying to get to. And I'm also with someone who like
matches the goals
and is pushing me to like also do that as well. So I have to not only do this for myself, but I have to do this for her as well. I have to do this for us, right?
That's fire.
And so, you know, ever since then, I've just been on this goal of like, let me really catapult my DJ lifestyle more into my DJ business. And I think that's where a lot of people like could do a lot better in it, you know? And once I started to make that into a business is when things started to click. It's like, okay, cool. Like more and more inquiries are starting to come in. Okay, more and more bookings are coming in, AKA more and more money is coming in, right?
Right.
And so it's funny because it's like a lot of people tend to fear their 30s, but I think when you set 30 as kind of like that goal of like, hey, like, let me at least just attempt to get my shit together by then, because everyone's on a different timeline, right? Like no
mentality, all that,
all of that, right? And everyone has different like life situations, right? So it's like, you know, I understand like people, you know, might have kids and things, you know, you might have to like adjust your lifestyle a little bit differently. Some people might be married, right? And it's like, okay, well now I have to adjust my lifestyle a little bit differently.
Right.
Some people might just be like single fucking bachelors and they have to fucking like, you know, figure out how to adjust and still adjust.
Right. Which the majority of in your 20s, you don't really see that.
You don't really see that, right? But then when you take the active like moment to like adjust and you start to do that every single day, 30s start to become a lot more fun because it's like, okay, like my shit is like together for the most part.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
Starting to know what I'm doing.
I'm starting to know what I'm doing.
I'm an adult and I'm embracing it.
Yes. I have a lot more money than what I did in my 30s. I have a little bit, I hopefully have like a little bit more like hustle in me to make sure I'm figuring everything out. And I want to make sure I hit my goals before like whether it be 35, 40 or whatever. And how do I do that?
Right.
And so frankly, like, you know, I think a lot of people fear 30s, but ever since I've embraced it, it's been like, bro, like this shit is fun. Like I get it now.
Very well said. Very fucking well said.
Adrian's dabbing him up.
And mind you, I don't have like all the answers or everything, right?
Nobody
like,
does.
You know what I mean?
But I think everything you described is like a sentiment that ideally, if you're in your 30s, you should feel. If you don't, then pick it up.
Pick it up.
But like,
it was. Sorry, not to cut you off, but there was this like this video I saw from like Jill Scott. You guys know Jill Scott?
I know the name.
Okay,
sounds familiar. But
poppin' singer, actress, and everything. So Jill Scott, she was saying like in her 20s, she was broke, still trying to figure it out. In her 30s, she had more money, still trying to figure it out. In her 40s, for the most part, she figured it out, but she knew how to make money, so life became a little bit easier. In your 50s is when basically she's like, I figured it out, and I know how and when I want to make money.
Right.
Because you don't always have to make money to survive. But if you know how to do it,
hopefully,
then you know, like, hey, I can make my money now. Hey, I'm good for now. So yeah.
Like your money can work for you.
Your money can work for you. Type
always
situation.
like putting the work in every single moment.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes. So like, you know I said I DJ full time, right? But one of my goals right now, at least between now and like 35, and I should definitely get this by 40, is getting the type of income that doesn't require me to like physically be somewhere. Because right now, all my income comes from me physically being somewhere, which I'm able to like survive and stack and, like raise the family that I do have right now. And we have more goals, but eventually, because I want to have more time with like the future family that I'm planning to have, I can't be moving around like a fucking solo DJ all the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's you just being, hey, I'm fucking grown. I'm 30 plus.
Yeah. I'm just conscious about all the moves, man.
Yeah. Congrats on getting married in July. And
thank you.
Just wanted to ask like how you're feeling. I know we talked a little bit about the wedding coming up, but like, are you obviously you're excited. What's the next thing you got to do for the wedding? And then like, what's the goals for you guys after that?
Yeah. So, I was telling Jeff, I'm kind of in a unique situation where like, I do weddings full time and that's my bread and butter, right? So I've obviously made like so many connections over the years, and happy to say I've done like about 100 weddings, right? And so
this man is an animal,
dude. And so like I was telling him, I know a lot of the do's, the don'ts. I've seen the good stuff. I've seen the bad stuff. Don't do any proposals at the wedding or anything.
Have you seen that?
I've never seen that, but my fiance Jackie has witnessed that basically firsthand, to where someone was about to propose and
crazy.
They cut the whole fucking thing, and I'm just like,
how
dude,
dare you?
How fucking dare you?
Yeah,
bro?
I'll pay for this shit.
Yeah,
they thought better of it and didn't do it. They didn't go through with it.
No, I don't. I wasn't there, but they didn't go through with it. But it was more so leading towards like, hey, like this is how I feel with like my girlfriend, and I hope that your love is kind of like how our love is. I'm like, motherfucker, like that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Regardless of the fact.
Right.
So like I've seen a lot of the do's and don'ts, but I've also understand like the scheduling aspect of everything and all the things that it takes, money aside, I know all the things that it takes to create a wedding. And so when it comes down to it, like this is how it happened, right? We were in the Bahamas because we were there for work, and I ended up proposing to her over there. And funny enough, like 2 hours later, our anniversary is on 7/11.
Okay.
So 2 hours later, I was like, hey, by the way, I already have the date in mind. She was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I was like, 7/11 of 2026. It lands on a Saturday. She's like,
perfect.
And I told her, I was like, I'm going to be honest, I already scoped it. But also, too, I don't want to remember 2 fucking dates. Let me just remember one date. And we're good to go.
You sound like a fucking man.
Yeah. He's on it. He's on it.
You know what I mean? So I was hella on it. And
when's our anniversary? I got it. Don't worry about it.
I got it. We're good, man. We're good. And we're trying to work on getting a 7-Eleven sponsorship, so we'll see about that.
Okay. That's fine.
But, like when it came down to like scheduling and figuring everything out, like not that I was a sole person to do it, because it definitely is like a group effort between her and I, and also like our families who are helping out and whatnot.
Right.
Like, we are figuring this out together, and she is just so ecstatic that I'm able to really be a part of this wedding, because, frankly, like I've been a part of like weddings as the DJ, and sometimes I'll only talk to like one person, which is cool. And don't get me wrong, like it's fine, because sometimes like those weddings, they end up being like some of the best weddings that I'll ever be, because one person's on top of this stuff, the other person's on top of that stuff. And it's cool. Very organized. Sometimes I'll get the wedding inquiries like, 3 months in advance, and I'm just like, I can't, I can do it. But how much?
What are you doing?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
Not
this,
you, them.
Yeah. But like this is like your big day. And for me, it's like, and I don't mean to like downplay like anybody and how they go about things and whatnot.
Yes,
but
you
like,
do.
Okay.
Even Jeff said he had like,
why aren't you on your shit?
Hey, look, I will conform to like someone's shit, and I will make it the best thing possible.
Will you ever say like, hey, maybe don't do that?
Sometimes I'll throw in my suggestions, right? So like if a couple comes to me and they're like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I'm like, hey, like this is cool. This is what I've done in the past, and maybe we can do it like a little better, right? So one of the things that I tell all my clients this, like one of the things is there's a transition between eating, speeches,
dance
photos, and dance floor. They're like, how the fuck do we get people from sitting down to, dancing? I'm like,
you're like, let me show you.
Let me show you. This is one trick that I do. So like everyone's eating, speeches are done, right? All right. The couple wants everybody on the dance floor for like one big like group photo. Snap the photo.
Okay.
All right, guys, since everyone's on the dance floor anyway, boom. Let's just turn off the fucking lights. Let me put on the music. Everyone
turn on the ratchet ass shaking music.
All of that.
Where the thoughts at?
They're already up. So
well, people do it. People do end up sitting down.
Where the single depressed bridesmaids at? Bring your ass.
Yeah.
I need you to MC my weddings now, dog.
Jesus.
But
no, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah. And I'll even map out like how weddings are, right? So let's just say everyone's on the dance floor right now, and that includes like the people who are like 50 or even like 60 plus, right? Since they're already there, let me just make sure I compensate for them first, because this is more than likely going to be the only time they're going to be on the dance floor. So let me just crank out all of their bangers. Yeah. After that, we could do a little bit of ratchet stuff for people who are, more closer to like their 30s or 20s, maybe even like their 40s too. They like the ratchet shit. And then after that, I'll usually do something where it's a little bit of like the specialty hour. And by specialty, I mean anything between like, I've been asked to do like emo hours. Yeah. I've been asked to do like Disney hours, right? So more or less, that'll be like 20, 30 minutes of like the specialty hour. Then after that, slow it down with some R&B. Everybody's chill. Everybody's like calming down for the most part and ready to like exit.
Yeah. So, I'm holding in so many comments. Jesus.
But
smart, dude.
Yeah, but DJing is
I got
fine.
a question for you though.
Yeah. DJing is fine.
I got a question for you to transition to like the next level of our conversation.
Yeah.
So this is looking back on your life. Okay. When you were younger, okay, I imagine, give us some context and like obviously give us the full story as you should. But I imagine that there was a time where like a young Nico was like, oh my God, I love music. Where like you were super curious and maybe you like, introduced yourself to Serato and blah, blah, blah. You maybe stole some turntables, not judging.
It's funny because, me and Jackie will participate in extracurriculars like every other night, just weed. And so one night, this week, we had this conversation about DJing. And I actually told her, like, during our session, I was like, it's funny because, like, I was always into music, but I never truly thought I was going to be into DJing. She was like, why is that? I'm like, well, when I was a kid, like, I remember, like, one of the first albums I ever bought was Meteora by Linkin Park.
Okay.
I got it signed by Mike Shinoda now, like, in my fucking...
Dude, that is cool. We are clearly friends for a reason.
Come on, bro.
You know the reason I started rapping was because
Mike Shinoda! And Mike Shinoda is the whole reason why I love rap.
Okay.
Mike Shinoda is the whole reason why I love rap.
And you don't know, dude. He's the rapper on Linkin Park.
I know who that is.
He's Japanese,
Come on,
dude.
man. I know
he's
who that is.
Fucking dope.
Okay. So you got it signed by him? That's cool.
No, I got it signed by him. And, like on a cultural aspect, he was one of the first like Asian rappers that I got put onto. Yeah. So, just to Adrian's point, like that's where I was like, oh, like, I guess having like a music career at that time, having a rap career as an Asian person is like feasible. Like this is actually doable. So it's funny because I think like a lot of us, like we started rapping at first, and I was actually producing my own beats at the time on GarageBand, literally using stock sounds. It was trash whenever I like listen back to like these songs, but I'm like, hey, but it was a fun time for me. And again,
you're learning.
It brings back a memory for me. Like, damn. And so, kind of fast forward, I always listened to radio when I was in the car, like with my parents dropping me off at school and whatnot. So I was always fascinated by that as well. But I never really thought I was going to be a DJ, because even at that time, like during high school and during college, I had like my little MIDI piano, I had my drum pads and whatnot, and I was making beats. It went from GarageBand to Logic. And then even with that, I took a pause on production. And once I got into college, is when I started meeting a lot of DJ homies, and I got into radio over there in college. And I was like, you know what, like, let me just MC. Okay, but I was trying to like figure out my way when I was in radio, because I was like, man, like there's a lot of people who just know how to talk, and I knew how to talk, but I kind of wanted to bring in more. So kind of like to mesh everything together. That's when I was doing the podcast and how I met Adrian. So I was like, cool, let me just build my own brand this way.
The lunch table, right?
The lunch table, yes.
Lunch table talks, yep.
And next thing you know, like DJing started to like go into the mix. So I was kind of doing both at the same time. Production was still like in the back of my brain, but I was not even touching it at all. So pandemic happens, and I just went full force on DJing on Twitch, right? And that's when I knew I was dope. I already had like my radio experience like at that time as well. So people were just like, yo, like, frankly, people were like, how are you so well polished?
Yeah.
For only doing this for like a couple years. And it's like, I mean,
because you know your shit. That's why.
I know my shit, but it was a lot of practice. It was so much fucking practice, bro. Especially on Twitch. I went on this thing to where like a couple things happened during this time. Like I DJ'd for 365 days straight during the pandemic. And in between that time too, we also there was a huge typhoon that happened in the Philippines, and we were raising money during some of these streams. We actually raised around like $30,000.
Oh, I think I remember you posting that. Yep.
Yeah. So it was a cool time, man. And it was a lot of like experience and just a lot of time well spent. And the cool thing about Twitch too is that it told you how much you streamed.
Mm-hmm.
And on Twitch alone, at that time during the 365-day stint, that was already like a little over like 1,000 hours of DJing. And, you know, we have this thing to where it's like, hey, like you need to reach your 10,000 hours. I truthfully believe in that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you could do something for 10,000 hours
and not be good at it.
You could do something that is like incorrect. And by incorrect, I mean like not the universal way that people do it. But if you keep on doing it for 10,000 hours, you're the master of doing that thing incorrectly or whatever, right?
This is why when people tell me stuff, I'm like, fuck you.
Like you don't have the hours I put in.
Yeah.
I'm like way past 10,000 hours.
Yeah. Like I could never
100,000, 200, like easy.
Yeah. Like I could never tell you anything about like production or rapping because you've put in that, especially production, bro. Like, because that shit is just fucking many. I could never tell you anything about teaching. I could never tell you like what it is to be a teacher in your regard because you've put in your fucking hours for that. And so, you know, going back to like the looking back aspect of it, I never thought that I would do any of these things. But when I did do it and when I realized like how much I enjoyed it and loved it, I'm like, oh, let me just fucking go full force.
All the way in.
Let me just go all the way in. Going back to that conversation of us like being in our 30s, like, you know, when I was in my 20s, I was still very much like an extrovert, but I was never one to really like, I was very humble. I was very like, I do this, whatever. But now in my 30s, I got it. No, I know. I'm like, no, I got this shit.
Yep.
Now I'm not one to be like arrogant and be like, you know, like I'm the fucking da 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 or whatever.
Like a confidence.
But I have a lot more confidence now, and that's something that I learned to embrace in my 30s, right? And, you know, on a little side note too, it's funny that when you start something when you're so young, aka the production for me, like I started music production like 2.5, 3 years ago. I'm fucking loving this shit, bro. And mind you, I'm not the best producer in the world, but I could send beats to the homies. They're like, what the fuck? This is dope.
Like it goes, yeah.
And it fucking goes. And
because you have taste for it. You have the taste for it. Right.
Yeah. I have the taste for it, and I understand A, how to create it. B, I understand how it makes me feel.
A feeling.
And you also understand how it makes other people feel because you DJ, which is like the most important part. Like that's what music is for. It's to make people feel.
It's to make people feel, bro.
Shake that ass.
But I will say, and I want to gas him up a little bit more too, is just that my production that I've been doing for the past 3 years doesn't even touch the production that he has been doing.
I'm putting my arm around Nico right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
It doesn't even touch the production level that he's been on for like 10 years or something like that, bro. 10 plus years, bro.
I gotta play something for you before you leave later. But okay. I want to move on. Actually, I want to give Jeff a chance to ask a question.
So you guys know each other obviously like about 10-ish years?
2016, yeah, actually.
So Adrian obviously asked you to come on, and I was like, all right, I gotta figure out like who Nico is, you know. So yesterday and a couple days before, I just wanted to go and see, you know, your Instagram, your Facebook.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated and liked how proud you are of like your Filipino background.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What?
Jeff is a fan. Jeff is a super fan of you.
Yeah, like,
and I'm a fan of Jeff.
Obviously, if we're gonna have someone on, I want to research, and not just come in blind. But I really appreciated and liked that you've done so many different like Filipino heritage nights.
Yeah.
So with the Dodgers, with the Clippers, I saw
fire.
Do you want to share about those?
Yeah, you know, I actually have to show a lot of love to a very good friend of mine that passed away. Her name is Rosalind C. And when I first moved out here, like, you know, I come from the San Francisco area, which is right next to Daly City, which is the mecca for Filipinos, right? And so when I moved out here, I went to Cal State LA, and I'm looking around, I'm like, where the fuck are all the Filipinos? Like, I'm, you know, frankly, I was surrounded by like hella fucking Mexicans, which is no issue for me. My fiance is Mexican, Adrian's Mexican. I love Mexicans.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was just like, man, like, where are the Filipinos here? So, during my time, like, I was doing my research trying to figure out who the power players were in the Filipino culture over here.
Mhm.
And one of them, if not the one, was Roslyn. And she is the person who introduced me to so many other power players in this Filipino culture. A lot of people who are not only behind the scenes, but people who are in front of the camera. A couple people of them being like Pilo. That's a very familiar name over here, right?
Yeah.
Guap Dad 4000. He's Filipino.
Yep.
She's tied me in with Sweetie a couple times as well. But a little into the pandemic, I want to say maybe like 2023, 2024. That's when things started to shift. She and I, we started doing like these things on Twitch called raid trains, to where like we would basically highlight an artist with their new single, and I would basically set it up kind of like a radio show to where like, hey, we're playing this song at the top of the hour and we're playing it at the halfway point of the hour, the 30-minute mark.
We did this.
We did this as well.
The same song or a different song?
What song was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
So yeah, so it would be like a different song for artists. So let's say at that time, Guap Dad had a record with Illmind, who is a Grammy award-winning Filipino producer, also produced
Legendary
for J. Cole,
producer.
legendary, right? They had a song called Bing Bang. Fuck, I forgot the name of the song, right? But anyways, I would basically set it up to where, like, again, we would play that same song at the top of the hour and then play that same song at the 30 minutes. And then at the end of the hour, we would rotate to the next DJ.
Okay.
That DJ play the song again. So it would basically be like promotion for the artist. No one was getting paid for this shit. We were all just doing it out of love, and we just wanted to make sure the Filipino culture moved forward. Roslyn was also the person who put me together with the Clippers, right? So I would help out with the Filipino Heritage Nights there. I guess word kind of got around, and so my fiance Jackie, she is actually a in-stadium host for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and she helped me get in with the Dodgers organization as well. So one of my first introductions with the Dodgers was actually Filipino Heritage Night. And so, something that I found was that, like, over time, doing all these heritage nights, putting Filipinos first, now I'm starting to see that question actually being answered. Like, how do we make Filipino culture cool? It is cool now. And I'm so happy to say that, getting a little bit emotional right now, but I'm so happy to say that Filipino culture, like, is cool. And that's not even limited to just Filipinos. I think the issue was we had to make sure that Filipino culture was cool for Filipinos first, and then everybody else had to see how cool it was afterwards. Right. And one thing that I'm actually involved in right now, and I actually just did a party. This was back in December of last year. But I'm sure you guys aren't on Filipino TikTok or like IG as much as I am.
Right.
But there is this there's this grocery store called Seafood City.
I've been there.
Okay, so you know what Seafood City is, right? It's basically like Vaughn's. It's like Vaughn's, Walgreens, all that.
But it's Filipino
But it's Filipino specific, right?
Yep.
And so they started doing like late night madness, which is like a party, which is like an after hours between 9 p.m. to like midnight. And shout out to my boy JP Berganza over in like the Vallejo area. He's the one who actually started this idea. Now Seafood City is going around the United States doing this party literally at the grocery stores.
It's a big store. It's a big, like, they're growing.
Bro.
They're doing well.
I did the one in, not Ontario. I did one like around this area too. And dude, it was literally 500 people who showed up.
Oh, wow.
You go to the one in Eagle Rock, they had like 1,000+ people show up. The one in Daly City, 1,000+ people show up. And so it's cool because it's like now we are able to appreciate, Filipinos are able to appreciate like our culture a lot more because it looks cool, it feels cool, and it feels fun. But I will also say, when I look up to the crowd and see who's in there, there are not only Filipinos of many like different age ranges, but there's white people, there's black people, there are people who just support the Filipino culture. Jackie's at all the Filipino events I'm at. So you know what I mean? Like, other cultures are starting to appreciate what we got going on.
Right.
So,
and see that
dude,
it's badass.
Yeah. Badass.
Fucking dope, man. Respect, because I love that you're an advocate for the culture. For obviously, that's like all you.
Yeah, and I will also add too, like this is nothing new for me. I know a lot of people like try to hop on the Filipino train. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like if I just do this, then this is gonna happen. Da 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 da. Like, dude, I've been pushing for our culture literally since 2017.
You have.
I've been pushing it like super hard.
I have followed you obviously for forever. I've seen it, dude. You're just like a real like you say you're gonna do the thing and you actually do the thing. Like, which is like more than we can all say for the majority of people.
Thank
so
you,
that's like admirable. Okay. Give us this though. All right. Looking back to when you were younger, obviously now you're here. You're killing it. You've done so much. Give us like a lesson that you can say like, damn, this wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. And now I'm looking back, like I would have maybe done XYZ different, blah, blah, blah. If you can think of something.
You want a real...
Give me a lesson.
A real one.
Career life.
So I grew up in like a Catholic background, right? So it's like I literally went to Catholic school my whole life, private school in high school and all that. And then when college hit, I was able to, kind of like step away from that and like try to figure everything out like on my own type situation. And the funny thing that happened not funny, but like something crazy that happened a couple years ago was that my cousin was diagnosed with cancer. She had just gotten married to now like someone who I can call like one of my brothers. Like my cousin. They had only known each other for like a couple months before they actually got married. And then she got hit with cancer.
Oh, wow.
And he has been able to provide for her and help her through that. But the crazy thing is like they are super into like Christ and Christianity and all that. And so I kind of got like reintroduced to God in like my own way, like through my cousins. And, I just started praying more. I legitimately started praying more and I started doing more of that. And funny enough, last year, I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this rapper named Miles Minnick.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a Christian rapper. My cousin actually put me onto his music, and we had one of his records that was on rotation on radio. It's called The Method with E40 and Lecrae. And I was like, you know what? Let me just show him some love because it's some Bay Area music, so I might as well. I showed him some love. Me and him got locked in, and ever since then, we've been really good friends, bro. And like every time I have conversations with him, like it is usually about God and it's about prayer and like how like all of this correlates, right? So I will say over the past year and a half, I've been praying a lot more. I've been a lot more thankful, and that comes down to like, the food that we eat. And I'm not sure if you guys are like religious or anything like that, and I'm not gonna get like extremely deep into it.
No, dude, keep sharing.
But what happened was that like the more I started praying, the more I started being thankful. I'll be honest, the more opportunities started to come. More opportunities started to present itself, and the more I found myself around not even people who are religious, but people who just kind of have like this aura that like I've always been looking for, right? People who are just like calm, but also know what the fuck that they want in life. Yeah. And so the more I started to do that, the more things started to work. Like I'll tell you guys, like it's so crazy when last year I was like, man, I got to get like as many inquiries as I can for like 2025. Because honestly, my calendar was looking kind of dry for 2025. And when I started to do it, bro, when I started to pray more and just be thankful for like what I have, like, bro, I got maybe like 6 inquiries this last week alone. Not only for this year, but for next year.
Yeah, that's great.
And so like this year alone, I'd probably say I have like 35 weddings booked for the year. I already have like 6 booked for next year. And then like the thing with my company with like my homies about the raves and whatnot, that started to pick up too. And I'm just like, holy crap, dude. Me and my fiance, we're in the best space possible. Like our lives really started to like change and like move forward. So there was a lot of like crazy shit that happened. A lot of like things that happened between like all the blessings last year.
Heavy family things.
Heavy family things, bro. very heavy shit. And so I always kept God at the center, and I still continue to do so. And, you know, I'm not one to be like a preacher or anything like that, but when I started to put God in the center, things really started to move in the direction that I never thought were going to happen, right? And again, not to be like super religious, but over the past, I've been here since 2014. So over the past 12 years, it was very much like me oriented. Like I need to figure out like how I can survive on my own. You know, I don't come from like the worst family background. My family's like middle class, right? So when it came to college and when it came to like, you know, at least housing me through college, they were there to help me out. And then a part of me was also like, you know what, but I don't want them to help me out in the sense of like, I don't want to be reliant on them so much. So let me figure this out.
Right. For your own like mental.
For my own mental, right? And like as an adult, right? Me trying to figure out how to be an adult in my 20s, like, let me figure this shit out. Man, I was living in Baldwin Park, like literally like rats in the fucking walls. Like I told you, I was living like with fucking black mold and everything, bro. So I was living in black mold and everything. And like, you know, with all of these things was just all a learning lesson. And again, like just to reiterate, the more I just kept God in the center, the more I prayed about it, the more I was open about my goals and everything I wanted to do. Oh, bro, it's like I'm coming from a place now where I'm just like, babe, I got another one. Babe, I got another one.
They're coming, they're flying
like,
in.
Babe,
That's amazing.
you know what I mean?
Amazing.
So yeah, like, you know, is it a life lesson? I don't know if it's a life lesson more so as it is like a spiritual lesson, but, and you know, I'm not one to preach. And like, if you are of any other religion, you know, Buddhist, Adventist, whatever, like that's by all means, like go ahead and do your thing and it's all good. I'm not the type of person to be like, mine is better than yours or whatever. But I will say the more that I have focused on God, the more blessings that have come my way.
I love what you said about a peace and a calmness and a thankfulness that comes with the spirituality. Right?
Yeah, bro.
Like you just feel content, you feel good, and then everything else will come, right?
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like what is being thankful, right? It's like it's being present. It is being present because we
abundance.
We live in a life to where we feel like we don't have enough, but bro, we have so much, dog. We were just talking about this shit last night.
Right.
You know how many people would love to live in a place like this?
Yes. Right. Okay.
You know how many people don't get married?
Yep.
You know how many people don't have kids?
What's stuck out to me recently with my son, who is 4, when he's with me every night, which is like, I did not tell him to say this, but he's like, okay, can we pray?
Wow.
And so I pray with him every night. And low key, because I haven't been in church in like a long time, I kind of feel like a hypocrite. But I'm just like, wow, it's so cool that like he looks for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm over here like, you know, praying. Thank you for the day, for the food that we, ate for our bodies, blah, blah, blah. Take care of our loved ones, our family, blah, blah, blah. Like whatever the prayer is. But like the fact that he's all about it, I'm just like, wow. Like there's something about kids too, where it's just like they just see things
in a unique way.
It's not even a unique way. I just feel
innocent.
Like in like the most ideal way.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if there's a problem, right? They'll cry. But the problem is not a problem once an hour passes. Whereas an adult, you hold that and it like festers in you.
Mm-hmm.
So like for him to ask, I'm just like, wow, like this is like such a noble ask. Like I should be more like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, my niece actually taught me that too. She's literally like 6 years old. And, you know, sometimes we got caught up in like just getting straight to it, right? Because, you know, my lifestyle is very like
go.
Like even when I'm DJing a wedding, it's like I'm eating at the fucking same time.
Yeah.
Like people will literally look at me and they're just like, bro, you eat like you got somewhere to be. I'm like, no, because
I do.
Because I do. But when I eat with like my family and especially with my 6-year-old niece, Bria, I love her to death, man. She'll literally tell her mom, my sister, like, hey, can I say a prayer first? I'm just like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. And you know,
doesn't it kind of humble you?
It humbles you, bro, because she's just like,
you're a kid.
Yeah.
And you're kind of putting me in check.
Yeah. Like, hey, like, let's slow down. Let's pray first. And it's simple, right? Even if it's simple as like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for the food. Thank you, God, for mom and dad. Thank you, God, for Uncle Nico and Auntie Jackie. Amen. Like,
doesn't need to be more than that.
It doesn't need to be more than that, bro. You know, it was funny because I just told my girl yesterday, fiance. I just told my fiance this. Like, we have the coolest combos, man, but like on some deep shit, you know, we were talking about my grandfather. And I was like, yeah, you know, like it was kind of crazy because my grandpa told me a couple years ago, and he's still alive. And he was just like, you know, I was like, Grandpa, you know, like, how do you feel about your birthday? And he was like, Nico, like, I'll be honest, life is super short. And he's like 85, right? And going back to Adrian's point, I feel like what prayer does and what God does is it slows it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we live in such a fast-paced environment, and I'm sure you guys do as well. Like, you know, at school, what you do and everything, we live in such fast-paced environments to where, like, if you take the time to appreciate and be thankful for what you have, bro, time slows down tremendously, and you learn, like, wow, like, I do have a lot more time on my hands right now.
Yes, for sure.
And I want to spend it in this
and
way.
I want to spend it in the best way possible.
Right.
It's a great point.
Can I ask some sports questions?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Do you have an NFL team?
Niners.
Okay.
Yes. But, you know, like, I'm not, like, too much of a football fan.
Okay.
But I will always rock with the Niners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a Super Bowl pick or any thoughts going into it?
It's the Seahawks versus Patriots. I mean, so
He's going Seahawks.
I'm going with Seahawks.
Okay.
Even though the
It's
Seahawks did
West
beat the
Coast.
Niners, I got to go with the Seahawks.
Dude, I don't know if you could tell, but he's West Coast as fuck.
Yeah.
West
And you
Coast.
probably want the team that beat your team.
Dude,
That's
to-
it.
to win?
Man, that's always
Honestly-
my mentality, dog.
Right.
he's got an invisible ink, big ass W tattoo on his back right now
For the Warriors?
for the West Coast. Bro.
Oh, West Coast.
Jesus.
Anything West Coast, dog. Anything West Coast.
This motherfucker's more West Coast than we are. It's crazy.
Okay. Now I want to ask, going off that, you're a Warriors fan.
Warriors fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite
Oh,
Warrior
God.
that's not Steph Curry?
Great question, man.
Draymond Green.
Nah. Fuck no, bro. Jesus Christ.
That's my favorite.
You know, it would have to be. I'll give you two because this is still also a mainstream answer, but Andre Iguodala would be one of them
Okay.
because he was so pivotal
Into
during that run.
Yeah.
And in getting like that first win for the Warriors in recent years, like he was so pivotal. Actually, that was
Finals MVP, right?
yeah, he was Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I want to say that was like 2014, like, you know, in that range,
Like
right?
maybe I think 2016.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah.
That's how you know he's a real fan.
Yeah.
That answer, no other person would have given
Well,
that
now
answer.
I want to hear his other
Okay,
person.
yeah.
sorry.
So Iguodala,
I had to
Iguodala was
interject.
there. But on top of that, another person who was extremely pivotal during that run was also Sean Livingston, bro. Livingston was
This
just-
motherfucker. Tell us that you're a sports fan without telling us that you're a sports fan.
Okay, now tell me about Sean.
You know, Sean, he was the guy. He was I wouldn't even say he was a sleeper on the team because when it wasn't Steph or Clay, it was Sean at that time too. Sean was like the third, maybe even like the fourth option, but he always gave you what you needed. Whether it was like a couple buckets,
his
here and there.
mid-range game was nasty.
His mid-range game was insane. So it's like you had Steph and Clay on the three, but then you had Sean like just going in just a little bit closer.
Dicing the defense up.
Just dicing it up, bro. So
You need players like that, right?
you do, bro. Especially in a league where everyone's just shooting threes. So
Right.
everyone knows like, hey, let's just either play a little bit forward or a little bit back. A little bit
Right.
back if they can't shoot, a little bit forward if they can. But the mid-range game is gone, which Sean Livingston had like to the fucking team.
What's crazy about him is he also had one of the worst injuries of all time.
Dude, that shit was
And he
so
came
good.
And he came back and he was still a stud.
And you know the thing about the Warriors too, we were the team that gave a lot of people who had those injuries or who just, you know, people just kind of saw as like whatever at the time. We gave them a chance, bro. So, you know, Iggy, I think he was fresh off of like the Nuggets at that time,
Yeah.
right? Sean, I think he might have came from Brooklyn, right? We had Andrew Bogut at the time too, and he was from the Bucks, and he was something that we needed at that time.
Yeah.
Right. And so we were very good about getting the players who had injuries, who were still fucking good, but we utilized them a little bit less, but at the same time maximize their potential because they were doing a little less. They just did what they needed to do.
Yeah. Bogut's also the one that Kawhi sprained his ankle on. I'll never forget when Kawhi was going crazy game one.
Plus one
Yeah.
It is what it is. Where's the We Believe 2007 Warriors team?
Oh, bro.
In your pantheon of Warriors teams.
You know, I mean, I will say that the Warriors, not the Warriors today, because I do think the Warriors today at this time, 2025, 26, we are nowhere near
trash.
Yeah, we're fucking trash. I'll be completely honest with you, we're fucking trash, right? But I think the We Believe team is what they're
just like an underdog.
I'd say the We Believe team is what the championship 2023 Warriors were supposed to be.
Yeah, okay.
I'm skipping the KD era and everything because obviously with the KD era,
cheat codes.
It was cheat codes. It was overkill. Everyone wanted to use them on 2K and everything, bro. Like it was.
Everybody knew that they were going to win.
Everyone knew they were going to win. Even I thought we were going to beat the fucking Toronto Raptors, but even we were like torn apart from that, and it was fine. But the thing about it was that the 2023 Warriors, championship Warriors, we won without KD.
Yep.
You also lost against the Cavs.
Well, no, we're talking 23 now.
2020. It was when Steph was still in his prime,
but
right?
People thought he was
People thought he was, It was when Clay just got back from his injury.
Big injuries.
But this is also a time when we don't have KD and we beat the Boston fucking Celtics. And this, mind you, this was the Boston Celtics first time, but they were also number one on the East, right? So that was a testament to where like, hey, we don't need KD.
Yeah.
And we have Clay who was like at a quarter, maybe even like half of like where he once was,
right?
You know? And going back to the Cavs when we initially beat them that first year, this was a time where, we were the best in the West, but we had no playoff experience past the Western Conference Final. If I can recall, we weren't even like in the Western Conference Finals at all prior to that. And to play LeBron James, who I will very much consider one of the best players on fucking earth, and his team, he knows what to do.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to do at that time. And yes, they were shorthanded between like Kyrie and they had, what's his fucking name?
Kevin
Dellavedova. He was stepping up during that time and whatnot.
Backup point guard.
Like, bro, the backup point. Like, I totally get it. But when you come from a perspective of this is the best player on fucking earth who's been here multiple times versus the best team on earth who has not been here once with zero fucking experience.
Yeah. Things even out.
It's a 6-7 situation, bro, for real.
6-7.
It's a 6-7 situation.
I saw a quote on your Instagram, and this is your words. Thank God Devin Booker is better than Steph Curry. Go Suns, the best team in the NBA.
Oh!
I don't.
He came prepared.
How did you find that?
He came to talk shit.
Still there.
I don't know what the context is. I don't know.
He said I didn't delete that shit.
Are you a real Warriors fan?
Wow.
If you have that up still?
You know?
Well, clearly he is. We just asked if he likes sports and he gave us a whole fucking
I'm messing
spiel.
with him, big dog.
You know, that's fucking crazy. I didn't even know I still had that up. That must be all the way
I saw
down
it,
at the bottom.
And I was like, I wonder if he lost a bet. And somebody made him put that up.
That's fucking funny because I did lose a bet. I forgot what the bet was, but I remember who the bet was with. And it was with
Jason Warren.
Dude, it was with
his brother loves
the Suns.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Like loves.
Yeah.
Is he in Arizona, your brother?
No, he's in Riverside.
He's in Arizona if we're there.
Huh? He said, your quote, not mine. I can't even find the fucking photo, but I'm sure I have the Suns.
It is way down there.
Yeah. Okay, so I remember because I actually lost the bet with Bootleg Kev. If you guys know Bootleg Kev. Okay, so Bootleg Kev, legendary radio host, DJ. He's from Arizona.
Okay.
I just remember losing the bet, and he said, hey, whoever lose, he's like, if I lose, I'll wear whatever fucking Warriors jersey you want, and I'll press play on this.
So great.
He's like, if you lose, you got to wear my fucking Suns jersey. We got to post this. Never take it down.
Dude, why is he punishing himself? This is crazy.
Yeah. But now, the Suns suck. And they lost.
They're doing okay.
Now?
Who they lose against the Bucks?
Now?
I mean, they've been sucked.
Now?
They're doing okay.
They've been sucked.
Their only opportunity to win was against
the Bucks.
Fucking the Bucks.
In 21.
Yeah.
When Giannis.
That was the only time they were supposed to win.
Chris
They
Paul
had
had
a
his
fucking
chance.
stacked team.
Yeah, they did.
Because then they had KD for the rest of the past couple of years. They fucking sucked ass, bro. So That's
Okay.
what it is.
Yep.
Thank you for answering that.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I'm thankful that you did research because I've never talked about that.
That's fucking fire.
That's crazy.
I guess last thing I want to ask NBA wise, do you want the Warriors to trade for Giannis if that's a possibility?
You know, I think to give Steph, because at the end of the day, yes, it was the Splash Brothers and it was the trifecta of Steph, Dre, and Clay. It definitely was. But at the core of all of this, it is really Steph's team.
Yeah.
And so I think if the Warriors wanted to give Steph even just a fighting chance at it,
One last run.
but you know, like Jimmy Butler just got injured. I think what was
Torn
it?
ACL,
Torn
I think?
ACL, bro. So it's like, bro, like so we're in this situation where it's like if we can give Steph at least a fighting chance, cool. If not, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just I'd be happy.
Regular run a show.
I would be actually very happy if Steph retires like soon and the Warriors just do a whole fucking complete
Like reset.
a complete reset, bro. Because when you take Steph out of this picture, we are literally the worst fucking team in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's no one else who's gonna step up like that. We are literally the worst team in the NBA. You take Steph out the picture.
So you would trade Draymond, you trade Jimmy Butler, you trade like a whole
Bro,
bunch of draft picks.
I'd trade everything for Giannis. And then, you know, obviously after Steph and Giannis are done, right? Because we'd probably trade Giannis for like whatever picks afterwards that we can get after. Rebuild.
Reset it.
Reset it.
Fair.
Yep.
Or just reset it now and just stop the fucking
This guy
bleeding,
knows
bro.
ball right here. I love this.
Yeah.
This is very different than my conversations with this guy on the NBA. I will
Really?
say.
I'm over
How
here.
did those go?
He's like, look, ChatGPT said the
I'm
Lakers won.
usually like,
Yeah.
sports. What are sports again? All right. Let's get to the end. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you one more question.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to our 5v5 draft, which is Bay Area, best things to come out of the Bay.
Mhm.
Yay! Did I do that right? I did.
Yeah, you did.
Got it.
Hey, you sound like you were from the Bay Area just a little bit.
Thank you for lying to me. All right. I'm gonna ask you this question because I feel like I know the answer.
Okay.
And this is what I fuck with you because we're kind of the same person. What is your quote unquote midlife crisis purchase or hobby? Something you swore you were not gonna get into, and yet you're here. Give it to me.
All right.
Give it to me. I kind
I'll
of.
give you context.
I know what it is. I know what it
I've
is.
been a Pokemon master in training ever since I was a fucking kid. I've literally owned every single Pokemon game you could think of. Literally every single mainline game, right? And so in 2020, the pandemic was great. You know, I was, you know what I mean? All sickness aside, the pandemic was great. And my best friend, also my best man, he was like, hey, bro, like, I think you should get into Pokemon cards. I think you'd like it. I'm like, eh. He's like, no, just get one box. And if you don't like it, cool. I'm like, all right. So I bought this. At the time, it was called Champion's Path. It was for like 40.
Fire asset.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was like $50, right? And so the pull card was this rainbow rare Charizard. And I was like,
Jeff does not know shit about
Yeah.
this. I
Not
do.
the Black Charizard.
no,
I'm
not the
listening.
black Charizard. This is a rainbow rare Charizard, Jeff. And let me go ahead and show you right now.
Yeah, show
And
him.
so-
I know what it looks like.
So my best friend was like, yeah, bro, like this one's it. So
You pulled it?
I pulled it.
I
pulled it, bro.
you just have
$50 box.
A
Okay.
$50 box.
How much is that card worth?
I mean, the card worth raw right now is $230.
Ooh.
Oh damn! I actually expected it to be more.
Well,
Not just shit. On.
no, it's all good. But you want to know the crazier thing is that that's what got me into it. And so I was like, hey, I'm gonna just buy like another random box. It was another random box from the same set.
Oh no, he pulled another one.
I pulled the second one. Fucking second one.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what?
And
Fuck
I'm
you,
on
dude.
live.
Why did we invite you here?
Bro, I'm on live stream
Jesus.
doing this
Unboxing?
shit, bro. I'm live stream unboxing and he's there.
Yeah.
Like he's also on the video and Jackie's in the video too. And we were both just like, I can't fucking believe this shit, bro.
Like, ah!
Yeah, no, and it wasn't like the overreactions that you see now.
It was real.
It was real, like, holy fucking shit. I can't believe I pulled this shit twice, bro.
Yeah.
And I took a break because the hobby gets really fucking expensive,
Yeah.
right? But you know,
Yeah.
by the grace of
Yeah.
God, now that I have more money in my fucking pockets and I'm able to save and do all that, I have some money. that
This
I can
motherfucker's
utilize.
buying Pokemon cards left and
Bro,
right.
Yeah.
I actually have money that I can utilize to fulfill my every desire with this specific hobby. I'll tell you this. I literally spent Gardevoir, Mega.
Which one? Which set? Is that the one with the Japanese text over it?
Bro, no, not that one. I actually just bought this.
You don't know shit about this. Okay, real quick, for context, Jeff doesn't know shit about Pokemon. He had a terrible childhood, had never had any exposure to Pokemon.
But I'm
has
actually
no idea
right now from
has
Nico.
no idea what blue version, red version, yellow version is.
I do know what those are.
Yeah, but you didn't play it. I feel sorry for you. You missed out.
So
Well,
Jeff,
I
didn't pull. I bought this card yesterday, which
Great.
So for all the listeners right now, it's Mega Gardevoir EX from Mega Symphonia. So this card raw
Full art
right now is $124, but PSA 10 graded, which I got yesterday. So it's like, it's in like the case and everything, and it's like it's basically rated perfect. Pristine. It was $200. It was $190 yesterday.
Nice.
So I bought that yesterday.
Who grades it?
So there's a couple companies. There's PSA,
PSA,
which is the most popular amongst like Pokemon.
What's the other one? Black.
There's Beckett.
So
So I like to say it like this. PSA is like
the
McDonald's.
standard. The standard.
You know what I mean? Everyone likes McDonald's in some way, shape, or form,
You
right?
are so good at this. Jesus.
Right. So Beckett, which has this thing called Black Label, which means it is 1,000,000% absolutely perfect. So it is a black. So if something is a Black Label 10, that is for Beckett. What would you say Beckett is? Beckett's more like.
I feel like
Beckett's maybe like.
I'm just getting into the hobby.
Okay.
I just revisited, and before we started recording, I was like, "Fuck, dude! I should have told you to bring some cards so we could have traded just for the exchange.
Yeah, for the love,
for the love, for the moment. Yeah. So I just got into it. I went to the what is it? The West Coast Card Show or whatever.
Yeah.
I went to an event anyway. Yeah, I've been collecting maybe for the past 3 years. Got back into it, but I'm like super casual with it though. But yeah, to answer your question, Beckett, if PSA is McDonald's, Beckett is like the restaurant you have to put a reservation in at.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like it's bougie. It's like
It's like the perfect. Think of like the perfect burger.
Yeah,
The most perfect
like,
burger you could ever think of.
But it's funny, and I don't know. Tell me if you disagree. It's like, okay, you can get rated by this, and if you do, great, right? Cool, you got the fucking pristine ass fucking rating. But also, like, I kind of feel like it doesn't matter. Like, you might as well just do PSA.
So the thing is, for me, it really doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have stuff in my collection. So obviously, it's like a rating system. 10 is the best, 9, 8, et cetera, et cetera. For me, as a collector, I'm okay with collecting 8s. I'm okay with collecting 9s because the price difference is significantly different. So let me give you a perfect example, right? My favorite Pokemon is Piplup, right? There is a Piplup card that was on the market that was going for like $250.
Okay.
And it was a PSA 10. I got the same card in a 9. That card is $40.
Oh, what?
$40.
So a 9, does that mean it has like one little scratch
It might
on it?
it might be a little ding. It might be a little off-centered. It might be
Print,
just a
print,
little
yeah.
something.
It's usually the print though. Yeah.
It might be some surface level shit that you probably don't even see.
notice. Okay.
Exactly. So that is the difference between a 10 and a 9.
Wow. Okay.
Now, when you're talking about like someone who only collects 10s, that's important to
Me.
them. If you're talking about like people who want to make a profit, they will only collect
Only
10s.
Okay.
Now, if you're talking about me, who is just like, I like what I like,
And you're not going to flip them all.
and
or
I'm not
anything.
going to flip them all. Now, no, don't get me wrong. I get some cards because I know I could flip this like later down the line.
Yes,
I'll
yes,
I'll
right.
get a 10, but for the stuff that I personally enjoy that I'm never going to get rid of, I'll collect a 9. I'll collect the 8, and I do have some 10s in the shit that I'm personally going to keep forever, like that Charizard that I have. The Charizard that I ripped, I got in 10.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm never getting rid of this fucking card. This is mine.
What about 7s and below?
I actually got a card back that was.
We don't
rated-
fuck with 7s and below unless we're drunk. Okay.
This fucking guy.
Do it.
I actually I got a card that I got graded and it came back a 6, and I'm like, dog, like this is fucking many. But a 7 and below, if it's like something vintage, and by vintage I mean like something from like the 90s, maybe even like early 2000s. Dude, those cards still go for like hundreds of fucking dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, hundreds. Like my boy, he actually just sold a base set Charizard that was in, I think, German or something like that. It was rated an 8.5 in Beckett, nowhere near Black Label or being pristine. He recently sold it for 17.5K. Whew. But I'm saying, the older the shit is,
that's why.
Yeah, but as a collector, like, you know what I mean? Like, you could understand, like, the value of something, like, appreciating.
So give yourself 20 years on that card you pull, it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I told Jackie, I'm like, look, if these are worth, like, real fucking money, like grand, like, hella bands, bro, like, I'm not going to be an idiot. And if we need it, I'm not going to be an idiot.
Right.
You know? So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good midlife purchase.
Okay.
Yeah. And that
or
is,
hobby.
Yeah, that is my midlife hobby.
Love it. Okay. All right. We are going to get to the end of the episode here.
Run
Cool.
it. Yep.
We're all good?
Money.
We're all good? All right. Let's go. Let's do the 5v5 draft.
This one's fun.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to go Bay Area because obviously.
From the Bay Area.
Can you give us a yee?
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Bro. You know what it is.
So it's just best things to come out of the Bay Area.
Yeah.
It could be a movie. It could be a phrase. It could be an artist. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also for context, me and Jeff actually have lists. Nico has no lists. So you're about to see
Yeah.
Bay
Sorry,
Area
dude.
come out of him. We're
Do you
putting him
need
on the
like
spot.
some time to prep?
No, I think I got it.
No, he the fuck doesn't.
So,
We're going to do Rochambeau.
I think
And-
Nico should start. He's a guest.
Yeah, actually. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going next, bitch.
Okay.
So the first, top 5 things to ever come out the Bay Area.
Yep.
One.
And you should just
So
go
weedy.
one at a time,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
For me, so weedy. Sorry.
One would be
Sorry.
E40.
E40.
And I would say E40 because he is such a pioneer.
Fuck you. You took my answer.
Bro, he is such a pioneer of like the independent artist movement. Like, bro, literally he has more albums than anybody. I think he has more fucking albums than anybody. He's been rated platinum, everything more than fucking anybody. Like, as an independent artist, bro. And his entrepreneurship is just on a whole nother fucking level, bro. Yes, you know him from rapping, but he also has his record label, Sick Widow Records. But he's also a chef, and he for real, he has like E40 burritos.
What?
Yeah, he has E40 burritos that you could buy at like a fucking like grocery store or something like that. He also has wine. He also has beer. And he also he's so for the Filipino culture. He is like the co-owner of the Lumpia company in the Bay Area.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so E40 on a level of entrepreneurship is just next level to me, bro. That it is literally beyond music and beyond rap. The second best thing to come out the Bay.
So now Adrian will go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, you relax, brother.
What are you going to take?
You relax, okay? We get it. Bay Area.
Were you going to take E40?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. So now he's off the board.
Okay.
Okay. Who are you taking?
Who are you taking?
Okay, also, I just want to really quick echo. I fucking love E40. Jesus. I opened up for E40 when I was doing music.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Best
I remember
show.
one of your performance mixes had "Tell Me When to Go" in it. If I can remember correctly.
Yes. Best show I have ever been to. You know what I love about E40? As a fucking hip hop culture figure, nobody talks shit about him.
No, you can't.
He is so well loved. And dude, that show was amazing.
Okay, what's your pick?
He's great. Okay, relax. Okay, I'm going to take this before Nico does. Fuck you, Nico. I'm going to go too short. Too short.
Too short, yes.
What's my favorite word?
Bitch.
Why you got to say it like short?
Bitch. You know, it's funny because he's actually from LA.
All right, I'll take my
No, he is.
I'll
but,
take my pick back.
But
Hold on.
no. But Too Short is so much about the Bay Area and Oakland, and literally catapulted the Bay Area music scene forward so much that, like, you know,
It so worked.
like
he represents the Bay.
But he also, you know, he's also said, no, I'm from LA. But you know,
All right, that's
it's
Adrian's
Oakland
pick.
all day. Yeah.
All right, we have a fact checker
All
right
day.
here. I like that.
Why you gotta be so smart, dude?
I'm gonna take Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, bro.
Tom Hanks.
Wow, that was a sleeper.
That's my first pick.
You sound like a white man.
I mean, it's a great pick.
No, that's a great fucking pick, bro.
It's Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
I hope your parents like listen to this
They will-
episode
they
and
will
they
be.
laugh at me.
Yeah, they
I'm
are.
over here like, you sound like a white man.
Yeah. All right, Nico, you're up again.
I will say Apple.
Okay.
Fuck!
Nice.
Fuck
nice,
this guy. Who invited him on the pod?
Nice.
Jesus.
Apple. I mean,
Great pick.
We get it,
yeah,
dude. No need,
obvious.
no
I
need
mean-
to explain. All right.
iPhone. Shooting on an
Jesus.
iPhone.
Adrian?
Google. Fuck you.
Hey, Google. Hey, no, Google too. Google. How do you search anything up? You know what I mean?
ChatGPT now, but
Are those are from the Bay Area?
Yes.
From the Bay Area, man.
Okay, just make
see,
sure.
see.
I
This
just
is-
want to know.
I want.
Is Silicon
I want to
Valley
say what I want
considered
to
Bay Area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
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 All right. Just
Silicon
asking.
What is
Valley.
wrong with you?
Just asking. All right.
Is this
I'm
what
gonna
happens
take-
when you move to Temecula? Crazy.
I'm gonna take the phrase slaps.
Yes. Thank you, bro.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
There we go.
Sorry.
Explain it to us. When do you use that?
Oh, like when something's slapping, like that.
Okay.
That music is a slap.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I
there we
still
go.
say that. I say that more often now than I did probably like when it first
I
became a
love
thing.
that.
I still say slaps.
Is it a music specific thing?
No, it's just when something is a banger, something's good.
Like food.
It slaps, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're
No,
wrong.
not
actually.
food.
Yeah,
Not
you
food.
only use it for
Only for music,
This
bro.
is
Oh,
exactly
okay. Well,
why I
then-
asked you.
Wait, why not food?
Because
So
food can't slap, bitch. That's why.
this is why it's called. This is why it's slap.
Dave Chappelle.
And I could definitely be wrong, right? But like when you're especially when I was younger, like when you're listening to music, you just go like this,
Right?
You'd be
So you're like-
slapping that ass.
Okay.
Slapping motion.
Okay, yeah.
You'd be
You know what I mean?
Slapping that
So
booty.
when I listen to music, I'm just like hey,
This
you know what I
okay.
mean?
slaps.
So it's a slapping motion.
I'm slapping.
Okay,
this
so would you say the
imaginary
food
BBL.
smacks? Is
the
that?
food smacks.
Oh,
The music
okay.
slaps.
I got it. Okay.
Bay Area.
Bay Area.
I'm not even from the Bay, and I already know this.
All right.
So
I'm
I
learning.
guess I guess to add to what you were saying, my number 3 is the word hella.
Yep, I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I could tell because the whole day you've been saying it, and I'm like, this motherfucker's Bay
Yeah.
Area as fuck.
Hella, bro.
We can't
I first
take it out of him.
understood and was introduced to that in college.
Yeah.
When everybody came down from the Bay to San Diego, and I was like, why are they saying this?
Yeah.
But I get it.
All right. What I say? I said
Too short in Google.
too short in Google. Okay. You guys would not have picked this, but this is just me being horny and selfish. Kaylani, I fucking love Kaylani.
Kaylani.
Nice,
I
nice.
fucking love Kaylani. I love
People
you.
wouldn't know how to fold their clothes.
Kaylani, I will fold all your clothes. I love you. I don't even care if you like women.
Ooh. Okay.
I love you. I'll do anything you want me to.
I'm gonna take Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. Represents Oakland.
I love that you're picking people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I did some research last night.
Yeah.
And he's from Oakland, and he reps Oakland pretty hard. And one of the most fun and lovable NFL players of all time.
Oh yeah.
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 I'll take Marshawn.
Definitely. I will piggyback off of like the people, and I will say Mr. Miyagi.
Ooh.
Wax on wax.
Dude,
off.
one of my favorite series of all time is Cobra Kai.
Okay.
I will literally watch Cobra Kai, and if I'm not watching it, I'll just put it on in the fucking
Yeah,
background.
yeah, yeah.
And literally, without Mr. Miyagi, all you motherfuckers would not be doing this wax off shit, and none of the Karate Kid movies would even be.
It wouldn't be the
It
same.
wouldn't be the same.
Right.
Yeah, wouldn't be the same.
He's the fucking
I like that.
respect.
All right. So you have one more pick, Nico. Adrian, what's your fourth pick?
I'm about to shit on y'all, motherfuckers.
Go ahead.
Pixar, bitch.
Ooh.
Pixar.
Nice.
Pixar.
They've been
Bitch.
they've been struggling lately a little
Pixar,
bit now.
bitch. Doesn't matter. Better pick than you.
All right. I'm gonna take Mythbusters.
Yep. My pick was better.
Mythbusters.
Mythbusters came out of the Bay, and it's all obviously personal picks to me. But dude, loved Mythbusters. Who
Yes.
didn't like who did not enjoy Mythbusters growing up?
Oh, Mythbusters was great.
Right.
I like how he tries to excuse it.
What?
Just a personal pick for me.
And I guess my last pick, I usually wear a jean jacket, but Levi's. Levi's jeans from the Bay. And it goes back to like the gold mine days and everything. Cause I think, who was it? I think it was actually, was it? No, it wasn't Cool John. I think it was maybe Rex Life Raj who was talking about this, but this is when I found out about it. But yeah, during the gold rush, and it's going back to like the 49ers and whatnot.
Yeah.
They literally built Levi's jeans so they can put the gold in their pockets. And literally, I've just been loving jean jackets.
Yeah. Smart.
I'm obviously not wearing one now, but
No,
Yeah.
great pick.
Love it. That's a solid ass pick. Thank you for the history lesson.
Last pick for you, Adrian.
You see my list. What should we go with? Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Obviously, Steph fucking Curry. This is my last pick.
Curry.
Is he from the Bay?
He's not from the
It
Bay.
doesn't matter.
I
He's
thought he
on
had to be from the Bay.
You know what a funny thing is?
his
him
his
and-
career's in the Bay. That's what matters.
All right.
But him and LeBron are actually from the same area.
Akron, right? Ohio.
Akron.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the point. Bitch.
That's
All right.
that's
Okay.
two picks where the person's not actually
I
from
don't
there.
care. We're talking about culture. And
Last
influence from the
pick
Bay.
for me is going to be the Moneyball Oakland A's.
Moneyball, bro. You know that is one of
So,
Jackie's favorite movies.
That
dog.
movie
Yeah.
itself, but also like that team, the
Yeah.
Oakland A's, that the movie was based off.
Have you watched Moneyball?
No, someone did his
Oh,
research.
bro.
God damn it.
Dude, because the crazy thing about that is like when you put all the statistics together
You're right.
to try to make a team that would statistically do well.
Right.
Oh, wait, I have seen Moneyball.
Yeah, you have.
It just
that
came
shit
back
is
to me.
fucking fire,
It's
bro.
a banger movie. Like you can watch it once a year and you'll be like, oh yeah.
And mind you, they didn't win. You know, they
They didn't win the World Series.
but it was such an interesting concept.
And Billy Bean changed baseball.
Yep.
So,
Amen.
dude,
Amen.
what an episode. That was great.
Was
that was
it?
fun.
Did we hit all of our?
Should we
on the
recap?
list?
You want to recap your list or do you I'll reset yours for you.
Oh no,
Do you
no, we're
remember?
good.
Do you
Okay.
remember?
So Nico has E40, Apple, the term hella,
Yes.
Mr. Miyagi,
Yes.
and Levi's.
And Levi's.
Adrian, what you got?
I had Steph Curry, Too Short, Google, Kehlani,
And Pixar.
and Pixar.
And I have
Great.
The Word Slaps, Mythbusters, Marshawn Lynch, the Moneyball Oakland A's, and Tom Hanks.
These are some pretty good lists.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Fucking fire.
Yeah.
They're pretty good
about.
fucking lists.
An honor, pleasure to have you on.
Dude,
Thank you for
Happy
coming.
you're
to
a
be here.
fucking dog. I'm proud of you. You're killing it. You obviously have the taste for music and culture and all that. So keep doing your thing. Can't wait to see what you do when we're actually in a midlife crisis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fucking love you. Glad we got to catch up. It's been some time. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you again,
Thank you,
man.
fellas. I appreciate you
Yep.
guys.
All right.
Let's get it.
Let's have a good week. Bye.